back at it again. It's been a few days since I worked on the last project, which was a hoodie. I honestly can't think of the pattern number. But today I am working on a dress that I'm making for my mom. So you guys remember I made McCall 8084. I love it. It's a Mimi G pattern. I'm gonna stand still. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So you guys remember I made McCall 8084 for spring break. I absolutely love it. It's a Mimi G pattern. And so now I'm going to make one for my mom, and I'm going to use this fabric right here. Today, I'm going to take 30 minutes. I'm hoping to get at least 5 steps done. I said it. I said 5. Will I get 5 steps done? I hope so. If not, it is what it is. But set a goal and, write your vision and make it plain. My vision for today is 5 steps of this pattern. So I've cut all the pattern pieces except for one. I can't find one of the pieces for the placket, which means I put it in one of the wrong pattern envelope. That's what happens when you make like 4 outfits in 1 week. So I'm going to go back to the other patterns that I made the week of spring break, for spring break week, to look for that pattern piece. So that's the only one that's not cut. I haven't interfaced everything yet either, so I need to do that. But that's going to be a night item. So yeah, today, 30 minutes, 5 steps. So hopefully 1 to 5 and keep it moving. All right, I'll update you guys in a few. All right. So made it. My timer did something weird. It didn't go off at 30 minutes. It went off at 38 minutes and 17 seconds. It showed me a negative 8 minutes and 17 seconds when the alarm finally went off. That was my backup alarm letting me know it's 40 minutes. So glad I set up backup alarm timers. But I got a lot done today. So remember, my goal was to complete steps 1 to 5. I did more than that. I made it to step 7. I'm very proud of myself. Thankfully, the first few steps were, step 1 was gathering. Let me just show you. So step 1 was gathering. So I gathered at the shoulder seams. I did not get to do step 3, which was the buttonhole, but I did apply the interfacing. Step 4, I gathered the back. Step 5, I stay stitched. Step 6, I attached the front and the back, and I did step 7, which is install the pockets. So tomorrow, either today or tomorrow, I'll do the buttonhole. So technically I did complete 6 steps. Still proud of myself. And then I will put the pockets together. So maybe tomorrow I'll work on steps 6 to 10. No, correction. I made it up to 7. So 8 to 13. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Oh, that's better. Good morning. How are you guys doing? I'm going to continue working on Simplicity 8084, but today I'm going to sew for 60 minutes. Yeah, let's go for 60 minutes. So let me set my timer now. Set my timer now. And let's go. Okay, so so next steps for this dress is to sew the seams, side seams, and the pocket. I am going to skip that step and install the sleeve first because I like to install it the flat way. To me, it's so much easier. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to sew down the pocket and then the side seams. So, but making good progress so far. Still have a lot of time left, so I'm hoping to at least get to the placket. That might be an aggressive goal though. That's 2. Right now I'm looking for the notches so that I can pin the sleeve on. Yeah, there we go. There was a time when I first started sewing, I would try to skip some steps to speed up the process, and I quickly learned that was not the way to go. So now I make sure I mark all my pieces, including the notches. So I'm just pinning the sleeve to the dress. Okay, so so next steps for this dress is to sew the seams, side seams, and the pocket. I am going to skip that step and install the sleeve first because I like to install it the flat way. To me, it's so much easier. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to sew down the pocket and then the side seams. So, but making good progress so far. Still have a lot of time left, so I'm hoping to at least get to the placket. That might be an aggressive goal though. That's 2. Right now I'm looking for the notches so that I can pin the sleeve on. Yeah, there we go. There was a time when I first started sewing, I would try to skip some steps to speed up the process, and I quickly learned that was not the way to go. So now I make sure I mark all my pieces, including the notches. So I'm just pinning the sleeve to the dress. Okay, that looks good. Now it's time for the other sleeve. Yeah. So this is the sleeve. Which looks really good. Now it's time to install the other sleeve. Looking for the small dots that I marked. And I'm just going to put a pin where I see the dots so that and I'll do the same thing to the sleeve so that I can pin the pieces together before I sew them down. So that's the dots, this is a notch. And then this is another notch. this seam left, and then this dress will be fully together. But you hear my timer going off. It's so disrespectful. Time does not care. So I'm going to finish the side seam, and then I got to go back to adulting. Responsibility and chores of running errands. All right, let's get it done. I used a lot of pins at the sleeve cap because it's curved, I was worried that I wouldn't sew it down perfect, so I used a lot of pins there. Okay, I'm done with the second one. And so now I'm going to finish the pockets and then sew together the side seams. But making good progress. See that? Making really good progress. All right. Now I'm pinning the pockets together. I stitched down the pockets yesterday, so let's do this. And then after I do the pockets, I will sew down the side seams and then press all the seams. And that will get me to either, it's really like the pockets, okay? So now side seams. Now it's time for the side seams. Yay. And I'm gonna pin from the sleeve all the way down to the hem of the dress. Okay, pinned. And ready to stitch. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are you guys doing? I know it's been such a long time since I have recorded a video. Life has happened, but I haven't stopped sewing, and so I'm going to try to kind of catch up with my reviews, or try to review as many of them as products of the projects that I've worked on as possible, but there's some that I just might not get to. But this is part 2 of the last video that I posted. I started making Simplicity 8084 for my mom. This is the dress that I was going to submit for Sew Maxi for Mother's Day, because my mom literally wore it for Mother's Day. But I don't know what happened. So guys, forgive me. But let's get this review started. Okay, so Simplicity 8084 is a shirt dress pattern that comes in 2 sizes. There's 2 pattern envelope sizes. The first one ranges from a size 10 to an 18, and the second one is a 20W to 28W. Now you can make this pattern with chambray, charmeuse, crepe de chine, a lightweight linen, seersucker shorting, silky types. And you already see that in the video. I made my dress out of this Firecracker red fabric that I picked up from Fabric Mart years ago. I think I purchased it the same time that I purchased the fabric. And it has been on my sewings plan since then. So we're talking years. This pattern is out of print, but I see that it's available in Etsy and Amazon, so you can pick it up there. The pattern has 12 pieces, and in the 12 pieces you have a front piece, a back piece, the yoke. This shirt dress does come with a drawstring to tie around the waist, and you create a casing for that drawstring. It comes with the dress comes in 2 lengths, and the shorter length has like a curved hem, which is very beautiful. I've made a pattern for myself. I will put a picture here. So this is my second it. The first time I made it, I had a lot of trouble with the placket because it has like the button and some fabric over, like a piece over it. So I struggled with that. That was really the only thing that I struggled with. And then installing the collar was easy once that was done. So it's not a standard collar. It's like a mandarin collar, which I love. It's beautiful. There's about, the notions you'll need for this is thread, 1 pack of 7/8 wide single fold bias tape, and 12 half-inch buttons. But if you're sewing view B, which is the shorter version, you need 9 half-inch buttons. So I use the drawstring as a tie to give it the effect of it's like this when it's together, if this makes sense. It is super cute when my mom wears it, like super duper cute. I loved it. Next time I think I'm gonna figure out a way to put the drawstrings on the ends, and that way she can tie 2 separate drawstrings and she'll have that bow effect. But yeah, super cute belt. It was quick and easy to make. The only difficult part again was the front button part, the placket, because of the cover up part. I'm not sure what it's called. Please forgive me. Y'all can tell me in the comment section below. So that really was the only like difficult part. Everything else was pretty easy. There is a video for this pattern that you can follow on, I think, either Mimi G's YouTube channel or Simplicity's YouTube channel. And that's what I did when I got to this part of the sewing, of making this project. I just followed the video, watched it a few times. I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense. So I did it. The first dress that I made, I'm going to be very honest, it was like a mess. I had to just, okay. I pulled it apart and then redid it and I got it. So making it this time around was not as difficult. And then, will you make this pattern again? I would love to make this pattern again in a plain fabric, but there's still quite a few patterns that's on my sewing table that I would love to make. My goal is to make at least 6 shirt dresses this year. I have made 3 so far. One, my blue one, and then another one that, yeah, I've made 3 so far. I think maybe 4. Yeah, so my goal is to make at least 6 shirt dresses this year so that I can get comfortable with the skills that you need to make the shirt dresses, like making the buttonholes. That was kind of tricky because I have a different sewing machine, so I had to practice how to make the buttonholes on that sewing machine. Figured it out. And so this collar, I've made a shirt with this collar before, so it wasn't difficult. The one skill that was difficult, that was new to me, was making this button placket and then creating the buttonholes. But other than that, this was a very easy make. I would say this pattern is for a confident beginner, only because of the button placket. But other than that, this was a great make. I do highly recommend this pattern. I hope they come out with another pattern that is very similar to this one. I know that Mini UG has come out with a few more patterns, but I haven't made them, so I could say that, oh, it's reminiscent of this one. So this one I would love to make again. So maybe next year I'll make another one, another Simplicity 8084. But for right now, we're gonna move on to the next dress shirt pattern so I can find my TNT. That is all that I have for you today for this pattern. I hope you enjoyed the vlog of me making this, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Actually, wait, I will hopefully get another video up, at least one video each week for the next 4 weeks, because I'm going to try to catch up on my reviews. Thankfully, I took great notes while constructing these projects. So yeah, so that's what I made for Sew Maxi for Mother's Day. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and happy sewing. Bye. All right. Yay. All right, here comes.
I know you. Okay. Let's start mashing on you.
I'm recording the entire time.